And up until this recent interview that she did, I had never seen her show me genuine love in an interview. And I never show me genuine love in an interview. And
talk about sneak dissing. I hear you say that a lot. It's in a few records on the album. And there's always this energy that you've had. Obviously, there's been doubters, right? People who just doubted you. There's people who have, I don't know the whole story, but somehow you and Nicki Minaj got pitted against each other. And then you often talk about sneak dissing. So unpack that for me. Is there something between you and Nicki, or is that just internet made up?
I just feel like it's really internet made up. Like, I really feel like fans and people, they really want to see that happen because it's really entertaining. To see people beef is entertaining. Like, I am going from when Nicki and Remy was beefing, everybody was tuning in like, ooh, what's next? What's next? What's next? But I don't really have the time for that. Like, it's like if you ain't my man, or if you not taking my money from me, you not stopping my money, then I don't really give a about you. People just want to pin it so much because it's entertainment, but they don't want to handle their own beef. And I spoke to her before in person, just like we talking right now, like this close to each other. So it's just like I always say, like, I don't ever want nobody sneak this in me. I'm not the type of person that if there's something that you could talk it out, you could talk it out, because it's not always rah 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 this, rah 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 that, because we grown. Unless you want to take it to the rah rah this, rah rah that. But other than that, it's just like I just feel like fans just keep doing it. Like, they just keep doing it. They just keep doing it, like, because they want it.
Up until this recent interview that she did, I had never seen her show me genuine love in an interview.
Muchas personas pensaban que tú no hablabas nadita de español. Yo era el primero, pero recuerda que te conocí la primera vez en el concierto en Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So ahí dije yo, ¿ella habla español o qué? Muchas personas te confunden también con Nicki Minaj. ¿Qué tú opinas sobre eso?
It's something great. Like, why wouldn't I be compared or confused to somebody that is such a legend, like, you know, like an icon in the hip hop world? Pero tú sabes, like, sí, yo hablo ese español. Mi papá.
Female rappers would you love to work with?
With all of them.
Yeah?
Yes.
Who are your biggest idols?
I love Lil Kim. I love Trina. I like Remy Ma. I love Nicki. I love all of them. Sheesh. I kidnapped myself for that dick.
What?
Made my parents pay the ransom for that dick.
That's right.
I go to trial for that dick. I ain't no snitch, but motherfucker, it was him for that dick. Bury the block for that dick. Make Nicki Remy talk for that dick.
What?
I love my family, but man, Illuminati, which one of my cousin you want for that dick? Yeah.
I came in here with just house fee and now I'm leaving with thousands. You bitches do what I do and can get couch in your houses. I know that you see me grinning, you see the money I make on my pitch every day while my dick out your face.
You know, with Cardi B, she's done exactly what she should have done. You know, she's just gone full steam ahead, and congratulations to her. The only thing with Cardi that really hurt my feelings was the first interview she did after Motorsport came out. It just really hurt me because she looked so aggravated and angry, and the only thing she kept saying was, "Oh, I didn't hear that verse. I didn't hear that verse. She changed her verse." Like, I was like, what? The only thing she kept saying was, "Oh, I didn't hear that verse. I didn't hear that verse. She changed her verse." Like,
You know, when I heard the track,
Right.
her verse was in Finnish.
the only thing she kept saying was, "Oh, I didn't hear that verse. I didn't hear that verse. She changed her verse." Like,
Well, it's not the verse that is on right now. And, Quavo told me, like, to get on the song. And I just felt like it's a perfect opportunity for me to be on a track that is that's big like them.
True.
Because those are two big people, and I just started in the game.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, I know that if I get on this record, it's gonna be crazy. Like, who doesn't want it?
Yeah, you done your job on that.
The first thing out of your mouth when someone asks you about a Nicki Minaj feature is, she changed her version of it. Excuse me? Because she looked so aggravated and angry. And
Talk to me about Motorsport, please. Motorsport. Let's get to the music.
You liked it? You like it?
I like it. You like it?
Yeah.
I mean, are you good with Nicki? Are you two? Are you?
I spoke to her before. I saw her in person before.
What happened?
We spoke about things.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't like getting into detail because it's like, you know, like
I'm not trying to get the gossip. I'm just saying, are you good, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
because you're on a track together, so I wanted to.
Well, you know, when I heard the track,
Right.
her verse was in Finnish. Or it's not the verse that is on right now. And, you know, Quavo told me, like, to get on the song. And I just felt like it's a perfect opportunity for me to be on a track that is that's big like them.
True.
Because those are two big people. And I just started in the game.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, I know that if I get on this record, it's going to be crazy. Like, who doesn't want it?
Yeah, you done your job on that.
Yeah, so it's like, I'm gonna jump on it. And I jumped on it.
And you smashed it.
Yeah.
You hooked up with G.
Nicki was just kind of mad how it played out because they put her verse last. That's why Nicki constantly now is trying to point out that she killed the verse, which she did. Like, she murdered everybody on it. But it would have sounded way crazier if she had name-checked Cardi on the joint. The line supposedly was like, yo, Barty, my bitch. I'm number one, she number two, and blah, 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 blah. And Cardi B heard that like, you ain't gonna give me no backhanded compliment. I'm your bitch and I'm number two? Number two to who? Fuck out of here, man. Filling in or like kind of, this is exactly what went on, and I heard it from people involved. There's Nicki Minaj recorded a verse with Quavo. Quavo adds the other two Migos, because again they did a swap. So by the way, Joe was right about that completely. Nicki had a 16. It was a 16. I don't know if you know, if you guys can count bars for rappers, you'll know what a 16 is. 16 is usually twice the hook in terms of length. What happens, and this is what I'm told, I'm supposed to get the record. I don't know if I could put it out though, so it'll probably be only for consumption, not for publication. The record, and this is why this whole thing with Motorsport started, Nicki name checks Cardi B. She basically says, I'm number one, Cardi B my bitch, she number two. Okay? Also some other things about the man shit, you know what I mean? Watch your man, watch your mouth, all of that. You get me? The record is in the Migos' hand, and Cardi hears it. Cardi allegedly is fucking irate. And this, again, when I'm telling you here, this is 100% fact. This is anything you've heard from anybody else. If you don't connect to this, it's not true. And I could tell you that, and I could put my hand on whatever. Cardi, and I thought it was Nicki that was like the whole thing with this. It's really Cardi, if y'all don't know. So I was wrong on that. Cardi hears a record, goes fucking ballistic. Apparently Offset had explained to Cardi B, hey, we need Nicki for this record. That's why we're having her featured. There's a beef there. Like, they ain't gonna admit it, but there's a beef there. But Offset had squared it away with Cardi to say, yo, we need this record for the album, blah, blah. That's why we're working with Nicki. Which means Cardi would understand and not think that Offset is fucking with her op, right? She hears the record. The record has all these shots at her, including the name check. The name check, I'm number one. Cardi, my bitch, she number two. Number 2 to who? What the fuck are you talking about, bitch? I just had a number 1. I hear Cardi loses it to the point that she tells Offset that this move of having Nicki on the record and taking shots at her like that is so disrespectful. It's disloyal of him to even have the record. Not only that, wait. Oh yeah. So at that point, and I'm trying to remember an exact sequence of it. And by the way, this record exists. So Nicki's verse untouched exists of her name checking Cardi. Cardi hops on the record and Cardi does her thing. That was allegedly, that was oh my god, I'm forgetting shit. That was Offset. Apparently Offset really loves her. I hear she's freaking out on 2 people, Atlantic Records and Offset. Atlantic Records at that point, because they were going to clear the Uzi record, says, fuck that, we're not clearing shit. I hear Cardi B tells Atlantic Records that if this comes out like how it's coming out, because they were going to clear it after she had put a verse on it, but Nicki shit wasn't changed yet. She tells Atlantic Records, I'm getting off the fucking label if y'all do this. I'm not fucking with Atlantic no more. If y'all let this happen, y'all let this bitch diss me on my song with my boyfriend, and then y'all clearing all type of records for her, I'm not fucking with y'all. I'm off the label. I hear the executives up there, and you'll never hear this version again because executives don't talk. I hear executives up there is making calls frantically because their top focus at Atlantic is Cardi B is telling them that I'm not fucking with y'all, I want off the label because y'all blah, blah, blah. This is a compromise they make. They tell Nicki, you got to re-record your verse. You got to take out the name check. That's why apparently Nicki's verse is not a 16, it's a 24. Okay? I hear Offset had to go to, because the record was coming out basically already, because all the paperwork was signed, and that's the funny thing, there was paperwork signed to clear it, it was coming out. I hear Offset had to go to Coach K and P and essentially Motown on the Capitol and say, yo, y'all can't put this record out like this despite whatever was clear. We got to get this shit changed, because if this happened, my girl's breaking up with me, because allegedly Cardi B tells Offset, I'm breaking up with you. So again, Joe was right with that. He'll never tell y'all this. That's what I realized when I heard that shit. I was like, this nigga Joe really did have a source. But he said it's speculation, but that was true. Then the next thing, which pretty much ethers my little naiveness. Now I'm learning as I go along. You know what I mean? I be trying to see the good in people. I'm thinking Migos, Cardi B, everything seemed 100 with them. They seem too ghetto to be doing scripted shit. I hear Nicki makes her 24, removes part of it. Oh, and this was the big problem too. This was a big problem. They said the order of the record was different. Nicki Minaj came before Cardi B. And Cardi B, that's why Nicki was also upset. Cardi B tells them, no fucking way Nicki Minaj is rapping before me. At that point, that's when Offset's doing all the work, because apparently he really loves her. He's like, yo, my girl about to break up and blah, blah. Her verse needs to come before Nicki. They get that verse situated. Nicki changes her verse. So I was really blaming all this on Nicki. Apparently, Cardi was so upset behind the scenes. Of course, Nicki was, of course, upset at how it was handled. But she couldn't do much, right? You know what I mean? You want the record. You kind of need them. You need the Uzi record. You kind of got to play ball, and you don't want to be disrespectful, especially if you tell Quavo or whoever who's like soliciting or telling you, hey, Cardi's going to be on the record. If you tell them no, it's getting back to Cardi. It's getting back to all that. Yeah. So it's at the point they put Cardi's verse first. Nicki changes her verse, right? And at that point, it's all like they're still mad at, well, Cardi is still mad at Offset. They plan to kind of bury, I don't know if bury the record or bury all of this with the engagement. It's just facts, people. They told me the jeweler, they said it's not a custom ring. That shit was just sitting there. They figure, let's go get this shit. this will be the bigger story. The record will still work. People will still talk. But in terms of people realizing this problem behind the scene, nobody will know. That's supposedly the story. Not even supposed. That is the story, because the person who I heard it from, they have their own story, and they're the person who's dealing with these niggas. So yeah, it's interesting. So apparently Cardi wilded out. You know what I mean? And what the person was telling me, they're like, yo, Cardi's realizing her power. You get me? Like, Cardi's realizing that Atlantic, she's that bitch. You get me? Like, you're not gonna let Nicki take shots at you, name check you, call you number 2, she number 1, and have that particular record kind of be on your man's fucking group's album. No. Who cares if y'all, because apparently the paperwork was signed, but they had to make, like, Offset made a big stink about it with Migos and of course his record label, well, not Migos, but like Coach KP and his record label, and they said, we got to cut that out. And it came out like that. So apparently the person who was most mad was Cardi B.
On the yeah, watch your man, then you should watch your mouth. Bitches is pressed, administer mouth to mouth. You see them flowers? That is Gucci on my blouse. Motorsport, colorful Lambos is out. You bitches catching the fade. Shout out my nigga Lil Boosie. All of your friends will be dead. You could get hit with that Uzi. I call him Ricky. He say he love me like Lucy. Get you a straw, nigga. You know this pussy is juicy. Hard to beat me. I wish that Zena could see me right now. God forgive me. I know that I ain't living right now. I'ma get this money right now. With a couple bad bitches that'll rip the party. If Cardi the QB, I'm Nick Lombardi. Pull up in a space coupe, I done linked with Marty. I can actually afford to get a pink Bugatti. Hey yo Nick, didn't you just do a hit with Gotti? That too, but my niggas send hits like Gotti. It's a rap like them things on the head of a Saudi. Bitch, you my son, go and sit on a potty.
She felt the comfortability to address me in that manner. That's the only story I told. You know, I said exactly how it came about.
People just want to pin it so much because it's entertainment, but they don't want to handle their own beef. And I spoke to her before in person, just like we talking right now, like this close to each other. So it's just like I always say, like, I don't ever want nobody sneak this in me. I'm not that type of person that if there's something that you could talk it out, you could talk it out, because it's not always rah, 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 this, rah, 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 that, because we grown, unless you want to take it to the rah, rah, this, rah, rah, that. But other than that, it's just like, I just feel like fans just keep doing it. Like, they just keep doing it. They just keep doing it, like, because they want it.
After the Motorsport collaboration, the competition between Nicki Minaj and Cardi B did grow. It's funny because there was a clip of Cardi B looking at Nicki Minaj's Instagram, and Nicki saw the video and she tweeted, "Girls won't like your pics, but always pop up looking exactly like your pics." So Nicki was kind of insinuating that Cardi was copying her. Also, Cardi and Nicki did similar songs. Nicki hopped on a song with A$AP Ferg called Plain Jane, and Cardi did a song with G-Eazy and A$AP Rocky called No Limit.
Oh, you know that you my son, I should've scrapped you as a fetus. All these bitches rockin' inches cause they followin' the leader. I should switch it up on hoes and rock a afro like Lupitas. All these bitches rockin' inches cause they followin'. All these bitches rockin' inches cause they followin' the leader. All these bitches rockin' inches cause they followin' the leader. All these bitches rockin' inches cause they followin' the leader. I just must be eating ass because I swear that bottom feed us. Ho, you know that you my son, I should've scrapped you as a fetus. All these bitches rockin' inches cause they followin' the leader. I should switch it up on hoes and rock a afro like Lupitas.
Can you stop with all the subs? Bitch, I ain't cherry. If you really want some smoke, you can pull up, you can get it.
When Cardi released the No Limit video, a lot of Nicki fans were saying that Cardi was copying Nicki, and Nicki responded and said, "I'm glad y'all peeped." So she agreed with them. And I find it interesting how history repeats itself. What happened between Cardi and Nicki is the exact same thing that happened between Nicki and Lil Kim.
And when it was time to clear the air about that, no one did that. You know, everybody, all of them allowed me to look like I lied. And, you know, even with the scheduling conflict, she's using my hairdresser now. So even he can attest to the fact, Tokyo, he knows that there really was a scheduling conflict, and it was because of him. He's the one that couldn't show up. And I texted him, I said, you know that if I don't show up the day she's shooting, they're going to act like it's because I'm doing it to be mean, you know, with the current Nicki hate train. And he wasn't able to come, you know, he had something to do, and that's fine. So I had to shoot on another day. They all knew that, especially if you're using my hairdresser now. He can attest to that. And you still did interviews, and y'all all still jumped around that, and just to paint Nicki as the bad person so that you could play the victim. And that really, really hurt me. With Motorsport, I kind of felt ambushed. You know, I felt like Quavo at that time was, like, Quavo is my baby. I love Quavo. And at the time, I went on Twitter and I explained how Motorsport came about. And, you know, people were saying that I was lying. So I texted Quavo and I said, hey, just, you know, could you back me up on this? Because, you know, I don't want people to think I'm lying. What do I have to lie about? And he didn't back me up. And, you know, he texted me. He was like, I would go on Twitter and back you up if you were my girl. LOL. And that hurt because he's somebody, like, I love him, you know. There are certain rappers, you know, who I call my baby. You know, Quavo, Uzi is my baby. You know, Sway Lee's my baby. And so Quavo told me, I'm not gonna go on Twitter and address that shit, man. Like, if I do an interview, you know, then I'll address it. And I was like, yikes, you know, because it hurt my feelings to know that people would watch me be slaughtered, and not one person will step in to say the truth. You know, they will run with that lie because it's. Can I have some water, please? They'll allow people to run with the lie because it's entertaining to make Nicki seem like a bad guy, and it's sad. Quavo texted me. I still have the text in my phone. First of all, Quavo.
You did. You're the #1 record in the country. But I feel like society makes it seem like there can only be one female rapper, right? And obviously that's not true. You even said in a Rolling Stone interview, it's like the fans who make it seem like there's always a beef, even though there's not. But you and Nicki were both on this song together. Was that kind of a way to say, guys, there's no beef, there's none of that. This is us just making music?
Yes, practically. And it's just like, it's so annoying. Like, it's just like, I feel like people wouldn't even be satisfied even if me and her was making out on a freaking photo, or if I was with any other female artist. I feel like people just want that drama because it's just entertaining. Like, you know, when Remy and Nicki was going at each other, everybody was getting entertained, and I think that's what people want. Like, it's like it's just so annoying. Like, people constantly, no matter what you do, just try to pin people against each other. And you want to know something? What pisses me off? What pisses me off is that it's just like people constantly always want to talk about how in our community, in the urban community, how we need to get along with each other. But these are the same people that want to see minority women against each other. They don't do that shit in pop music. They don't do that shit. But they do it to our shit, right? They do it to our, yeah.
Passed it a little. You and Nicki don't have a beef, do you?
No.
Got you. She just not your cup of tea?
I don't. She ain't never fuck my man.
Goodness gracious.
Quavo told me like to get on the song, and I just felt like it's a perfect opportunity for me to be on a track that is that's big like them.
True.
Because those are two big people, and I just started in the game.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, I know that if I get on this record, it's gonna be crazy. Like who doesn't want it?
Yeah, you done your job on that.
I thought it was a missed opportunity in the Motorsport video to show some real camaraderie. But whatever schedules. I mean, why weren't you guys together in the video at the same time?
I heard that she couldn't shoot that day.
And just timing.
I just heard that she couldn't shoot that day, and it's just like people just made a lot of theories of everything, and it's just like, what is it that people expect from me to do or say? I already say she's an amazing artist. I already say I pay my respect to her. I did videos before jamming to her songs. Like, it's like, what do people expect? Like, y'all want me to say something bad. Y'all want to annoy me to the fact that I say something bad. And it's just like, I'm not falling for that. I'm not falling for that.
I remember, like, when I first came in the game, if a female of that stature had done a feature with me on it, I would only be, singing their praises and saying thank you.
Funny because, in asking people what they wanted to know, I mean, clearly you've been having this thing with Kim. And I don't know, just thinking about you and where you were from and that you're a rapper. And I'm thinking, sure, I know things have gotten crazy. And people are assuming, even though you say it's not specifically about her, that Roman's revenge is for Kim.
She just really jumped out the window. And you gotta be careful when you pick fights. And that's what I've learned in this business. You just never know. I think people get me mistaken with like a real Barbie. They forget where I'm from. And if I have to revert back, I can, and I will. So don't play with me. It's one of those moments when you say, don't play with me. Because I respect you, I love you, I've said it in every interview, time and time again. And if that's not good enough with you, mama, then it's something deep-rooted in you. You need to something is bothering you inside. That's your insecurity bothering you. It's not Nicki Minaj. It would have been any girl that started popping. She picked a fight with Foxy, then she picked a fight with Eve, then she picked a fight with Remy. Now it's, then it was Miss Wallace, then it was Nicki Minaj. Every time you in the news, it's because you getting at somebody. Where's your music? Put your music out, and when I see your name on Billboard, that's when I'll respond to you. Other than that, goodbye. Barbie bitch.
Take you back. She just ran.
And that doesn't take away from the respect. When a mom gotta beat you and she be like, it hurts me more to beat you than it hurts you. It doesn't take away the love that I have. It doesn't take away, how, because I'm a realist.
Because you say those are the people that she's one of the people that you came up listening to. Did it hurt your feelings?
It hurt.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if it hurt your feelings.
But you want to know what scares people? Success. When you don't make moves and when you don't climb up the ladder, everybody loves you because you're not competition. When you become competition, the people start, wait.
Yeah, people's like,
hold on.
So true.
Cardi B makes history again. The glow up is real for Cardi B, and she just keeps on collecting W's. She has the hottest single in the world right now, and it's not cooling off. She again made history with her single Bodak Yellow as its #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 for the 3rd straight week. That's the longest running #1 by a solo woman rapper ever, according to Billboard. An accomplishment which was held by Lauryn Hill for her song Doo-Wop back in 1998.
on the button. J-E on the button.
So I felt like you're gonna go down in history now as a sore loser, as opposed to going down in history as the queen. Because if you can't beat them, join them. If you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. You don't have to feel the need to put somebody down and make yourself feel better. I see people do things all the time that I think, that remind me of Nicki Minaj. But it's like, do you, honey? It's like we all take from each other. Then it's something deep-rooted in you. You need to get something is bothering you inside. That's your insecurity bothering you. It's not Nicki Minaj. It would have been any girl that started popping. You know, she picked a fight with Foxy, then she picked a fight with Eve, then she picked a fight with Remy. Now it's, then it was Miss Wallace, then it was Nicki Minaj. Every time you in the news, it's because you getting at somebody.
Nicki Minaj has allegedly threatened that she's not coming on The Breakfast Club.
Yeah, I mean, that's what my powers that be told me. You know, everybody took that out of context, though. Like, people were saying that she called up and was trying to get me fired. I never said that. But just sonically to my ears, I didn't like it. You know, she texted me that morning and was like, yo, tell Charlamagne don't do that. We supposed to be fam. And then, she actually called one of my superiors to, she was upset over the Floyd Mayweather audio. I don't know the connection between her and Floyd, and maybe she just thought it was foul when I put the Floyd Mayweather audio out of him reading or attempting to read. And she was, why would they do that? I'm never coming to that show again. Yada, yada, yada. Which I thought was kind of crazy because I thought me and Nicki was cool enough to where she could pick up the phone, holler at me, you know what I mean? Tell me what she don't like or do like.
All these niggas is sensitive. And all y'all fans, y'all suckers. Most of y'all right now watching, 80% of y'all are suckers. None of these niggas ever gave me shit. Nicki Minaj, I've been saying the top 5 rapper in the game reached out. It was Nicki, nigga. Fake as a motherfucker. Reached out, calling people because of me. I don't like how he's tweeting. Yo, who's running his page? Yo, who's his boss? Who hired him? When Remy says that Nicki trying to do that, I believe it. Because Nicki called around trying to think that I was industry, and she was trying to stop stuff I was doing till she realized I wasn't doing anything industry. You can't stop my YouTube. That's not no industry shit. You can't stop me on Twitter. That's no industry shit. I don't have no station that you could hit up and they could get at me. I ain't got nobody. So you had to hit up somebody who knew me. And they came at me. They're fake. They're all fake. And Nicki texted me hurt. She does do that shit. They're hurt. They're mad. Nicki does that shit. From what I've heard, Drake does that shit. Nigga, I'm still here. Nicki reached out weeks ago. Didn't like some shit I tweeted out. I'm like, why the fuck she ain't hit me up? You know why? Because she's too fucking important. Had to reach out to 2 other people. They had to communicate the message to me. I'm like, yo, why she couldn't hit me up? You know what they said? Bro, you think Nicki gonna hit you up? You think Nicki Minaj gonna, acknowledge you? But if she got a fucking problem with my tweets, why are you going to everybody but me? You're so mad you'll get on the phone to call somebody, but you won't call to me. You won't just DM me. I'll follow you right back if you got something to say. But you won't do that. You're too big, right? Okay. I've been mentioned, if you watch the stream, if you don't watch the stream, fuck you, nigga. Nicki's probably trying to do to him. In the past, he admitted that Nicki was trying to, almost get him fired. That's what these industry motherfuckers try to do. How you gonna get me fired from YouTube? Nigga, I'm the boss, the CEO, the owner, the founder. Nigga, I'm everything. Can't do shit about that. You can go complain to YouTube. They can holler at me.
But why was Nicki targeted?
It wasn't that she was targeted. With people to understand, I hear people we're waiting for her response. that was a response. You know, she started, and then, you know, I feel that is weird because she's been doing this to a lot of females, from Lil Kim to Mariah to Taylor to Hannah, like, and no one says anything.
What is it that she does?
Well, it wasn't necessarily, you know, the little subliminal stuff on records, because I didn't care. I don't care about records. And, you know, I'd spoken to her before, like, whatever you say, you're supposed to say you the best and none of y'all better than me, whatever. It was the behind the scene things that you people would never know about, you know, as far as trying to keep me off of red carpets and trying to make sure awards don't go to me, or she's not going to be in attendance, or trying to get people to make bad reports about my album sales, or just anything that I'm doing to make me look less and make her look better. And I have a problem. When you're trying to stop my bag, when you're trying to stop me from taking care of my children, now I have a problem with that.
Joe, I think we all thought that this had to do with music.
No, I didn't care about the record. To me, the record that she did that everyone was saying, and that I also heard, you know, behind the scenes that she was promoting as the record that was going to end me, you know, I thought it was whack. I didn't care about that. I really, to be honest, I didn't care. What bothered me, like I said, was the behind the scenes things, that why you so up and you're so on top of everybody, you're better than everybody, you know, and you're on this, why you worry about little old me over here? Like, I just came home from prison. I don't want no problems with nobody.
And then in the middle of all this, she's doing records, busting shots at me. Now, we can all play deaf, dumb, and blind and act like we don't know what happens in hip-hop, but I'm not stupid. We know when a subliminal shot is being thrown. Now, as a woman, right, she's now, after that, she's busting shots at me. I saw her at Puffy's, as I call him, my little nephew Justin's Sweet 16.
I was going to ask you that because I saw that on TV.
Right.
And I thought to myself, wow, look at them. They're cool.
See? That's what it was designed to look like that.
I was a little confused because later there was some shows, and I guess when Ray J was on the stage saying that she was like the fake.
But it was way after, and then let's just get this straight. I was minding my business doing my shows. I had a guest, Ray J, come up. He just started going off. You know, my thing is, I really wouldn't even want him to do that. You know what I mean? But that's my boy. If he gonna ride out, I'm not gonna have him out there in the water by himself, no life jacket. You know what I mean? Looking crazy. He just started going off. I'm like, okay. But I wouldn't have had him do that, because at the end of the day, I'm not bothered by it in that instance. I'm doing me. But I also knew, okay, you know what I'm saying? At this point, it was what it was. Like, Slim and them played me. She's throwing shots even more now. And then on top of all that, it's like I see her at the Sweet 16. Now, if you don't have a problem with me, or if, you know what I'm saying, it isn't nothing, you don't be this close to me and roll your eyes and put your head down and walk right past me. Now, I remember when I did the Mobb Deep record, and it was like, hot damn ho, here we go again. Allegedly, MC Lyte had a problem with that, right?
Because you used the line?
Yeah, she even did a record. I don't know if you remember it, but she did a record.
I don't.
She did a record, and it was offensive towards me, but I'm such a real girl that when I saw her out, I went up to her and was like, yo, I love you. If you took that record offensive, you know what I mean? That's what you do when you real. You pay respect. Yeah. And you let them know it's not a problem. If this is what people was thinking. You supposed to break down that barrier. She looked at, my girl Luch was right there with me. She looked right at me, had her head down, and rolled her eyes, just kept walking. Huh? Because if she would have addressed me and said, you know, she would have said, Kim, I love you, you know, boo, 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 boo. Maybe it wouldn't even went that far. It's like, you see me, say something.
What could she have done? Because it was weird, because even in the interview with her, like, she went, said everything she had to say. I was just shocked.
You're going to find out she's bipolar also, so that's something I found out. You laughing, watch. I got something.
But when I did jump in, I asked her, I was like, were your feelings hurt? Cause everything I got from her, even though, you know, it was disrespectful or, you know, it was offensive, I'm sure, to you and everything. But what I heard her saying was that she was hurt. Like, she maybe felt like, you know, she felt like I guess she, in her words, had given interviews where she kind of bigged you up and said this, and then you kind of just, you know.
Oh, let me tell you something. The girl is not as stupid as people think she is. She know exactly what she's doing just to make people feel sorry for her. That's her thing. She's a very contradicting creature. And I noticed that about her. So it's cool because I'm so spiritually connected that I always knew everything that's in the dark is going to reveal itself in the light pretty soon. And I really feel like now it's about to happen. And it is. It's going to happen because God made it so that I can have my way back in and really, you know what I'm saying, represent the right way in this game for the females. Because I look at it like she was happy when Baby and Slim and them decided to say, we're not going to mess with her. We used her. We got what we want. She wanted to be the only one out there. We could be in this game together. She just wanted to be out there by herself. That's definitely it. I've proven I don't have to be out there by myself. I've done records with all the females.
So focusing
But
on,
I will say,
yeah,
shout out to Cardi and all the new female rappers who've been doing their thing. And there's certain girls that show me like genuine love that I want to shout out.
Like,
you know, shout out to Miss Banks. She's from, you know, I told her when I bring the tour to London, I want her to come out because she's just shown me genuine love. And Cash Doll always shows me genuine love. Asian Doll always shows me genuine love. There's a new girl who showed me genuine love the other day. Malibu Mitch, I think is her name. And so it just warms my heart when the girls do that. I'm not gonna lie and say and act like it doesn't. It makes me so good. It makes
when you don't make moves and when you don't climb up the ladder, everybody loves you because you're not competition. When you become competition, the people start, wait, hold on, wait.
Yeah, people's like,
wait, hold on, hold on.
So true.
But you want to know what scares people? Success.
And I texted him, I said, you know that if I don't show up the day she's shooting, they're gonna act like it's because I'm doing it to be mean. You know, with the current Nicki hate train. And